What is the biggest failure you made when it comes to money?
Oh my God, bro.
Anybody can do what I do, and anybody can have hundreds, millions, billions. It's just a dot. It's just a dot in the system.
You spend $40,000, $50,000 a night?
A weekend at least. A weekend.
A weekend?
Yeah.
A lot of time, entrepreneurs, they go in and they fall in love with the business. You don't fall in love with the business don't love you.
In Miami, a lot of people are fake. I have people that owe me hundreds of thousands.
Because rich folks, a lot of them are lazy. They don't want to work.
Small wins. You cannot change yourself in the world just like this. You can't. Just like interest compounds, when you do small wins, that also compounds and you progress.
And this is the United States is about the one only place you can do this in the world.
Don't worry about what you're worried about. Everybody's worried about what I'm going to ask. You never worry about what Michael Barr has to ask. You worry about answering, I worry about questions. You ready? Let me ask you a question. What's the number one lesson you learned about life?
Never try to show off. Because if you try to show off to the wrong people, you'll get the wrong friendships, and therefore it's going to affect your life in a negative way. Never try to show off. Be who you are, and if people like you for who you are, then that's it.
What is the biggest failure you made when it comes to money?
Oh my God, bro. No.
Listen, this is to inspire young people that are watching this, because they can be in your shoes when they're your age, and they can, you can inspire some people. So go ahead.
I spent a lot of money on stupid things. Tables here and there, 40, 50,000, 11, and at the end of the day, you get nothing.
Wait, you spent $40,000, $50,000 a night?
A weekend at least. A weekend.
A weekend?
Yeah.
Okay, let me ask you a question. What was the mindset that you were in at that moment to say, you know what, I'm gonna drop $40,000, $50,000 on a weekend?
There's no mindset. You go, you have fun. There's this euphoria, like you have this feeling, and you think you're on top of the world, but it's all bullshit. It's all lies. You feed off from it. You think that you're doing good in life, etc. It's just 2 to 3 hours. Then you go home, you wake up, and then you're like, what the did I just do? And that's not even the physical feeling, it's the emotional feeling. You're just like, I let myself down, I let the people that I love down, and for what? I could have done something better. I could have put it into Bitcoin or what, who knows? I'm trying to impress the wrong people. It's not like I lost the money, because in a way, I gained some clarity, so therefore I applied it in my life, but it still hurts, because I could have done something better. So I think that was my biggest mistake money-wise. It's not even, I invested here and then it went to shit. No, it's just, I invested it in the wrong things, in the wrong people, the wrong places. So, but it's all listen.
So let me ask you a question. Someone that grows up with some money, or they go out there and make a lot of money, what would you, because you made a lot of money in your career, what are some things you would take with your lessons moving forward for someone that actually has a lot of money right now?
Number one is always put God first, then family, and try to invest your money and your time, because time's the biggest asset that we don't get back. Try to invest those things in something that you actually care about. Instead of investing in the wrong things, alcohol, drugs, women, the wrong women, not all women, of course. Try to find something that you're passionate about, even if it's charity, even if it's taking out your mom to dinner or something. That money that you invest in people that truly love you is gonna come back to you somehow. Call it God or the universe is gonna come back to you. It's gonna bring you blessings. For the young people that have a lot of money or come from, a lot of money with their families, invest in the right things, the right people, the right mindset, study, try to learn as much as you can. Be wary, be careful who you surround yourself with, because in Miami, a lot of people are fake. I have people that owe me hundreds of thousands that don't even talk to, don't even talk to me. I owe people money. I'm not afraid to, I'm not ashamed to admit it. Like I said, you live and you learn. Every day that you learn from that lesson, it's not a mistake. It's a lesson, like I just said. You learn from it, apply it, and you become a better person and can benefit from your experience and not go through the same pain.
Quick question. Someone that's moving down to Miami, give me 2 expectations that you have coming down to Miami. What should they be careful of? What should they focus on? Let's go over here for a second.
Number one is the nightlife. If you don't have the right mindset, it'll f you over. I'm telling you, it'll fuck you over. The girls, the party, the table, the line, the VIP, all this bullshit, it'll fuck you over. I'm not saying don't go out. By all means, if you work hard, if you're doing the right thing, go out, have fun. But when you come down here, beware, be mindful of, number one, fake people, like I said. The whole chasing, not fame, but chasing clout. Like, oh, I don't have to make a line. Oh, everybody come here with me. Oh, I can get all these people. It's.
Why do you do that? Why did you do that? Explain to me the mindset behind that. What was so...
What's a idiot? There's no actual explanation. I can't just say, A, B, and Z. You get caught up with it. You get caught up with it. The way people make you feel. I mean, it is their job. They're doing their job. But the way they make you feel like you're God. You're like, oh, I can do this. You come here. You bring me this bottle. You bring me all this crazy. So then you want to chase more and more and more and more. But then, when we started out, or when I started out going out, what was fun, a year later, I was like, this is not fun. I need to get more and more and more. And then you reach a point where you're like, I need to calm down. Like, what am I doing?
So what made you stop?
Personal things and family. When you go out and you do all these crazy things, it takes a toll on your body and your health, your mental health, of course. The way that you relate to other people, especially your close ones, like your family. At some point, you got to say, what am I doing? I'm affecting not only myself. I think that the one thing that hurt me the most is affecting the people that I love, my family. They care about you. And at that point, when you're sitting down, they try to get you to understand that what you're doing, let's say it's not wrong because it's all part of a process. You're at a point where you don't want to listen to anybody. You think you're right. Say, stop, you don't understand, I'm okay, I have it under control. When you say you have it under control, you don't have it under control.
So let's say you have it under control, it's not control.
It's bullshit, Whoever says, oh, I got it under control, no, you No, you don't. So when I affected my family, especially my mom, because I'm very close to her, that was the main thing that made me realize I need to calm down. So what I did, me specifically, and like I said, it's in the air. It's like Miami, Vegas. It has a certain thing in the air. I don't know what it is. I don't know what they put out, but I went out of the country. I was overseas for like almost 2 years. I needed that mental clarity. I needed to be away from this because most people, let's say, get mental clarity by going to the gym or going to jujitsu, whatever it is. Me, I tried doing those things, but I was so caught up in this that I'm like, I need to get out of this city, actually.
So the escape of the city was really what saved you.
Exactly. So, and also like the support of your family, your loved ones, your friends. I think that's what matters the most.
So someone that's wrapped up in this right now, they're watching this video, they're stuck doing drugs, parties, schmarties, girls, they're sucked into the they're sucked into this life that you just bump into. Let me ask you a question. What do you tell? How do they get out of it? One tip of advice. What would you tell them?
It's tough because if I put myself in their shoes when I was there, you can hear the right advice, but if it comes from the wrong person or at the wrong time, you're like, what the f are you saying? Take a breather, take a moment, look at your life, try to see and understand if the path that you're on is going to lead you to, a good end or a bad end. And then don't be afraid to ask for help. It's not bad. It's not weak. It's not bad to ask for help because loved ones that help you out, may God bless the people that truly love you and care for you. So ask for help. It's not wrong to ask for help. We all go through a lot of things. You might have problems. He might have problems. His problems might be different than mine. He might be worried, oh, how am I going to sell my 20 million yacht or whatever? I'm probably worried, oh, how am I going to, pay it, my office or all this, it all changes. But we all have situations that we're going through, but never be afraid to, number one, ask for help. And number two, try to do small wins. What do I mean by that? You cannot change yourself in the world just like this. You can't. Rome wasn't built in a day. There's that saying. So in my opinion, just like interest compounds, when you do small wins, that also compounds and you progress. Aim for something. I'm still paying for my mistakes. It's little by little. That's how you improve. That's how you get better. That's the last thing.
Powerful. My brother. Excuse me, sir. How you doing? Is this your car?
Yes, sir, that's me.
Let me ask you a quick question. Are you an entrepreneur?
Yes, I am.
What did you do to actually earn this type of vehicle?
Well, I take companies public.
Really?
Yes.
So you help companies go on the stock market?
That's right.
So let me ask you a quick question. What's the number one thing you look for in a business to say, you know what, I want to take them public?
I want to make sure that it doesn't matter what they do. It doesn't
Really?
matter what they do. What matters is their pitch deck. What matters there is their idea and being able to pitch it to investors.
So let me ask you this.
You can sell a pet rock. You can sell a pet rock. Remember the pet rock? The cheer pet? There was nothing, right? But they sold it.
So let me ask you this. What are 3 characteristics of a company to say it's going to be a great company in your opinion?
First of all, have your company put together properly. So you don't use LLCs to get money. You get money to do business. You don't do business to get money. So you get yourself a C Corp. An LLC is limited. So anything limited is not attractive to investors. So you first build yourself what they call a C Corporation, then build all the things in it because it's a person, like it's a person. Address, phone number, and all that stuff. Then you go in and get yourself a little bit of seed money. Now you're looking attractive to investors. Now you can go in, do your pitch deck, and say, this is what we do. Would you like to get involved?
What are some of the number one reasons why companies don't get on the stock market?
They don't get on the stock market. You can go into penny stocks. You can do crowdfunding, like Obama said. Most people didn't get the memo. But you can go in and do what they call crowdfunding. You can do the Jobs Act, like Obama said, and that's pretty much private. Anybody can do what I do, and anybody can have millions, hundreds, millions, billions. It's just a dot. It's just a dot in the system.
So let me ask you this. What's the biggest shift from going from a thousandaire to a millionaire, in your opinion?
100-airs first getting some credit cards, corporate credit cards. After you get the corporate credit cards, then you leverage your money. Because to some people, that's $200,000, that's their goal. But honestly, that's not even a watch to some people. You go in and get your $500,000 with credit cards, no doc, stated income. And after you do that, then you leverage your money with a bond. Everything is leveraged with a bond. After you leverage your money with a bond, next thing you go in and you get yourself a private placement memorandum. That's called a private placement memorandum. That means you can go in and you can ask people legally for money and don't get yourself in trouble like Bernie Madoff.
How does someone go out there and learn the power of leverage? Like it's hard for someone that's starting out in a business to start thinking about leverage. What's the first steps you would say to start thinking about that way?
Well, I would say first go in and learn about money. If you want money, you got to know what you want. A lot of times, entrepreneurs, they go in and they fall in love with the business. You don't fall in love with the business don't love you. That's the first rule. There's rules to this, like basketball. There's rules to basketball, there's rules to football. Well, in business, the reason people make millions and millions of dollars because they know the rules and they don't have anybody to teach them the rules.
What are 2 rules that you learned through business, through making money, that you wish they taught you in school?
Other people's money, other people's ideas, other people's efforts. Number 1 rule. Next rule is know what you want to do with the money when you get it. And the third thing, if I can add, is to protect your money. You take your money, you take your corporation, and you put all your assets into a holding corp. That's why you have Bank of America Holdings, all these holding corps. We're not taught that. And then you put that into a trust, and now you're protected because it's easier to get the money than to keep it.
If someone's out there, they're learning about money, they study money, they understand all these rules, but they're still not able to hit those millions. What do you think is stopping them, like maybe mentally, emotionally, that's stopping them to hit those targets?
They're in the matrix. They think you're supposed to work to get money. You're not supposed to work to get money. You're supposed to get money to do business. You don't do business to get money.
Can you explain that a little bit deeper?
What happens is people think that they have to work. That's for the 85%. You don't work for money. You go out and you ask. The money from the bank or investor is just a reason. The corp is a reason to get money. It's just an excuse. If you go to the bank and you get money from the bank, like $1,000, they lend you $1,000. Well, it's not a lending institution. It's a hold your money institution. That's wrong. No. It's not a hold your money institution. It's a lending institution. We don't get that. So we're supposed to go in, use the corporation, and there's one type of corp. That's a C corp, not an LLC, not an S corp. That's for investors or saving on taxes. But a C corp is meant just for getting money. So we go in, we get money. We don't fall in love with the business. And once we get the money, then we do business. So there's nothing to prevent you from getting money unless you think you have to work for it.
So let me ask you this. Someone that has a little bit of an abundance issue, a scarcity mindset issue, where they're so worried about hoarding their money in the bank and they want to put cash investments, to the side. How can you break through that mental barrier? What would some things you would say to that person and say, you know what, you're thinking about it a little bit differently?
Yeah, well, putting money in the bank is not. I love the bank. I'm an economist. I love the bank. I'm not putting the bank down, but everything has its place. If you're a businessman and a businesswoman, then you're a capitalist. You're not after doing business. You're after getting money. Just like the president lives in the Capitol, right? The people that run the country, they live on Capitol Hill. So we go in, we get that seed money from banks so that we can grow. But we don't go in thinking that we're going to use that money to do business. We get that money so we can gain capital to make our company look good and then attractive to investors. Because rich folks, a lot of them are lazy. They don't want to work. That's why the stock market is the biggest thing going, because they want people who have money. That's called non-performance income. They say we came here for religious reasons, right? And then they spoke Latin because all money is in Latin. On your dollar it says e pluribus unum. That means out of one comes many, right? So you want one to turn into many, right? So they have it on a dollar. Why not you use that? When they first got here, they said, we're here for religious reasons. And they spoke the Latin. They said, snotty nose, bow-legged, fat booty, right? They said, no, they did not come here for that. They came for religious reasons. They came here for non-performance income. Free land, free labor. And that's what's happening today. Free land, free labor. The land is where the money is. So you use the money from the bank to get the fiat money. That's not real money. And this is the United States is about the one only place you can do this in the world. You can get credit with nothing and then get the money and then go use that money and put it into real assets like real cars, real property. That's why they make the distinction, real estate, real money. So you talk real property rather. So you take the fake money and you put that into real property and put that into the company. Now the company is a person. It has value. Oprah, Bezos, $150 billion. He can't put that under his mattress. It won't fit. So it's not how much money you have. It's how much your corp is worth, the value. So you get the fake money. They put this thing together beautifully, and they hid it from us. Take the fake money, buy assets, and then put that into the corporation, and the corporation has share value. The shares have value. Let's make shares assets. Substitute that for assets. It's not rocket science, right? It's just that nobody teaches that.
Love it. God bless, man. Appreciate you.
You're welcome, brother.